A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Switzerland, and more specifically the lovely hills of Veysonnaz in the Four Valleys. It's time once again for the World Paralpine Skiing World Cup. It's another day of Giant Slalom on the slopes today. Some fantastic action already in this competition here in Veysonnaz, and let's have a little look at what happened yesterday in the Giant Slalom.
You know, I always like to get a really good feel for the hill. Being a VI, that's how we see. So, you know, I got a really good look at, so to speak, at the hill today, and you know, it was good fun, and it's a great course, great hill.
So my first run is not so good, so and very scary. So but second run is very hard turn and quickly. So I got it.
So I feel very good now, and it's a shame that I didn't have this feeling on the World Champs, but I'm very happy that I won 4th gold medal, so it's very good.
Today I win the fight. Yesterday was him, so yeah. Let's see you tomorrow and after.
It's fantastic to watch, Arthur. Congratulations once again on another gold medal.
Thank you very much, thank you.
So much different things, you know, there are big rollers and blind gates and air time, so it makes it really interesting, and you got to be creative to you know, try and get those things perfect.
The return to form of Jeroen Kampschreur then in the GS. Can Jesper Pedersen get the better of him today? That one was very, very close. So too was the women's standing. For the first time in a little while, Andrea Rotfuss somewhere back to near her best as well, pushing Marie Bochet all the way in that one. And the big battle on these slopes, as it has been all week, Arthur Bochet versus Theo Gamur. Who is going to get the better of this one this time around? It's such great entertainment. We're so glad to have you with us once again. Use the hashtag Paralpine on social media. We are at Paralpine on Twitter, Instagram and on Facebook as well. Let us know your thoughts and head there for more exclusive content from around the Paralpine scene. Now then, without further ado, it's time to head over to our race commentator. Alan March will guide you through the morning runs.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome. Feels like we've been on the road for a long, long time, doesn't it? World Cups in Zagreb, World Championships in Sananovea and Kranjska Gora, and back to the World Cup here in Switzerland. This is the penultimate day before there is a break in the World Cup. The next time we'll have competition is in Spain before the World Cup finals in France at the start and middle of March. But it is the penultimate day, which means there's plenty more action still to come. As Stephen was saying, there's been a few battles. Only 2 people now have a 100% record here in Veysonnaz. Again, a little bit cooler today. The last couple of days just getting colder as we go along. Nothing that the athletes themselves can't cope with. It was a long old day yesterday and a few delays, both at the start of the morning session and the afternoon session as well, hoping that we get a smoother run, just like some of the athletes themselves will be hoping as well. As always, 6 categories to get through, 3 for the men, 3 for the women. Vision impaired, standing and sitting in all 3 as well.
Une américaine, Laurie Stevens, et une japonaise, Momoka Muraoka. On m'annonce que la course va passer dans 1 minute. Alors soyons tous prêts, nous sommes bien sûr toujours tous prêts. Départ de la course dans 50 secondes. Merci au grand public d'être présent.
Yesterday, Melissa Perrine had to do it all on her own. Still tackling the course as if there were others to follow, but in reality, she said that didn't quite give everything, but made sure she got down. She was the coaching staff having a chat with the race director.
15.
And here is
Ready.
Melissa Perrine on the right-hand side of your shot now. Left of her with the orange jacket and bib is her guide Bobby Kelly. Turning themselves into a good pairing this season. A new pairing, one that's found World Championship glory as well as World Cup success. They haven't been without mistakes here in Veysonnaz. The Super G causing a few issues for Mel, and she's getting a little wide through that section. They've come out to try and test themselves this morning. Bobby Kelly off like a rocket here. You might be able to hear the conversations they're having. Mostly it's just Mel agreeing and letting Bobby know she's okay. Bobby, on the other hand, talking her through as expertly as she has been all season so far. In towards the line they come then. Those are the final 3 gates you saw in that shot there. 106.15. We mentioned that Alpine has competition today. It comes in a familiar duo. Anna Fitzpatrick and Jen Keogh just had a break yesterday. Decided to have a day off just to rest up a little. As I said, it's been a long session of action from Zagreb through to Slovenia in Italy and then back over here to Switzerland. Already Fitzpatrick 1.55 inside, the 20-year-old. All about the 2 runs, of course. Again, you can hear the communication, yep, being shouted by Mena back to Jen Keogh, member of the British Army, when she's not being allowed time off to come and be a part of this Great Britain team. And she dropped a little, but 1.27 the difference, and a good run. There's excitement and the enjoyment of each run. Well done for Mena Fitzpatrick, and a thumbs up. These two have coloured one of their coaches' hairs. John Clark was walking around with red dyed hair, and it was all due to a bet from the World Championships that Mena and Jen Keogh had with their coach. They did indeed win the world title, and John is now walking around like a member of a 1970s glam rock band. I think he quite enjoys it secretly. look back at the ease of which Fitzpatrick has gone through the course. And as she hits the line, she has 1.27 seconds to the good for the second run. Again, 2 runs, got to combine them. That is the time. Andrea Rothfuss had a good first run yesterday, then dropped time in the second to allow Marie Bochet to continue her winning run here in Switzerland. 3 of the Super G races taken by Bochet. And despite starting in second position yesterday in the first of the Giant Slaloms, the 24-year-old came through and edged out Rothfuss into second position. Can Rothfuss do it today? Anna Maria Rieder also goes for Germany in the women's standing contest. The 29-year-old sets off, the first of the standing athletes in the women's division, has been racing for some 15 years. Started off in 2004. Steamboat Springs in Colorado. It was her first contest representing Germany. She hasn't done bad since then. 4 Paralympic Games been visited. Gold in the slalom back in 2014. 4 silvers and a bronze was her journey to Pyeongchang. Bochet was on hand to take 4 of those, wasn't she? Despite having a few years on Bochet, Rothfuss can still compete. 104.25.
Number 4 started. Number 4 now, number 4, Anna Maria Rieder.
Anna Maria Rieder, opposite to Rothfuss. She's pretty much at the beginning of her career, but at 18 she's already racked up a few big events. First world champs back in 2017 in Tarvisio. 6th place finish at the Giant Slalom in Pyeongchang. Side of Maria's body was paralysed for a good 6 months after she was born. See her impairment down the left side, so in terms of muscle, when she's battling on her right side, she's in favour. Any turns to the left, you'll see it's a lot harder work for Anna Maria. She slides into the finish. She's 2.08 seconds back from Andrea Rothfuss. Marie Bochet, wearing not a number, but the word leader. She is a world leader, not just a competition. She's absolutely wiped that gate out. She is clattering through some gates here. One of those already will need repair. I'm sure a couple of others might have some dents and bruises as well. She is trying her best to find the right line point. 1.6 was the gap at the split. She enters the final third. Bochet will be looking to continue to stretch the lead out. 104 she's going to as well. That's a good one. 103.04. She's put 1.2 seconds in front of herself and Andrea Rothfuss. And it is might be able to hear the singing of Happy Birthday. That's because it is. He hasn't just made that up.
Absolument extraordinaire, alors que hier la bataille c'était quelques centièmes. Aujourd'hui pour son anniversaire, elle a réussi à mettre plus d'une seconde d'avance sur la deuxième. On félicite beaucoup Marie Bochet. C'est extraordinaire sa performance. Nouveau temps battu 0,3-0,4. Je crois que ce sera difficilement atteignable par les autres concurrents. En tout cas, on la félicite pour son anniversaire. On voit qu'elle a
No use of ski poles in either hand, born out the bones in her forearm. 1.29 seconds down. .29 down. Can she find something in this bottom section to start to press on those that have gone in front? Putting the pressure on maybe to Ana Margarida. Leader's time 106.33. She's outside of that 107.73, so 4.69 seconds down for Binia Schmidt. 22-year-old completes her first run of the day. Ami Hondo now. Bib number 7 this morning. All the bibs are distributed to the athletes the night before, at least assigned. Hondo 2.22 down. The championship bronze medal winner. Steady Japanese athlete.
Ami Hondo from Japan.
22-year-old into the line. 109.87. Hondo not on her A game either. Slow Manamon from Spain comes out the gate.
From Spain now.
Experienced Spanish athlete. The single leg skiers that we have in the standing division, they use the outriggers to assist on the conventional ski pole. Struggling in that opening section, 4.35 seconds down. Flag bearer in the opening ceremony of the 2010 Paralympic Winter Games. Just to have the experience and talent of Don Santacana Mistegui on the Spanish team as well.
Et là voilà, Poyo Marimon qui arrive dans le temps d'une 15.36. Bravo à elle. Une 15.36.
Marimon gets over the line to finish the women's standing section. Still a big smile there from the Spaniard. So, Bochet, bon anniversary. Happy birthday, if you like. Leading from Andrea Rothfuss from Ana Margarida. So it's birthday Bochet ahead of the two German skiers. There she is. I'm sure winning Giant Slalom on your birthday is a pretty good achievement. She turns 25. Still exceptionally brilliant talent. So women's sitting event coming up. Still no Barbara van Bergen in this one. The Dutch sit skier taking a bit of a knock in the opening few days on the Super G. So she's deciding to sit out a couple of days here in the Giant Slalom.
Ready.
There goes Annalena Forster.
From Australia, Laurie Stephens from the USA, and afterwards the favorite from Japan, Momoka Muraoka.
Prendergast, Stevens and Muraoka are the rest to come. Must be frustrating for Van Bergen. She's been looking very solid with her performances in terms of speed. It's just about learning where to maybe ease off the gas and how to judge the line and the course a little better. So very close to picking up a good haul at the World Championships. Last few days she really was impressive. Forster, who's done battle with Schaffelhuber and Loesch over time. Yesterday it was Tori Prendergast who had the best of the first run. Second place finish in the end for the Australian.
La voilà qui arrive à la Forster à l'arrivée dans le temps de 1:09.73, 1:09.72.
It's scary, right?
Well, through she comes then. That's the first time given for the day. Will it be caught? That's the question.
Time to beat 1:09.72, temps à battre 1:09.72.
1:09.72. Prendergast, as I mentioned earlier, had a very good first run yesterday. Finally managing to capture the accuracy with the speed, and she's doing it again here. 0.73. A bit like Van Bergen, we talk about managing to define her run, be more solid. At the moment, she's looking just like that. Talking to Mel Perrine about herself and Tori Prendergast, and they were saying, you know, we've been doing this a while now and just constant. You never know when it might be time to take a break, but at the moment Prendergast has found some good form. 1:08.76, 0.96 in front. Tori Prendergast leads once again. Two more to come. Laurie Stevens. Double Paralympic gold medal winner. World champion of the downhill in 2013. Inside with Prendergast, so Forster obviously having an issue in the early stages. Stevens looking good here.
1:08.76 time to beat.
Don't accidentally win World and Paralympic titles. And you don't accidentally wipe 1.47 off the current leader. Good run, Laurie Stevens. Lena Forster is not used to this at all. Our youngest of the lot, this is Momoka Muraoka. Victory yesterday. She was the lady that denied Tori Pendergast. She's going to be the lady that denies all of them again here on day number 4. 31.63 is Stevens' time first through his first split. Just 0.43, less than half a second quicker. That's losable in a fraction of a second with a small mistake. We've seen Pendergast and Stevens stretch their advantage in the bottom part of the course. Muraoka find the right line as well. See the use of those outriggers, just like we saw in the standing category with Ursula Marimol. Single leg skiers using the outriggers for the same amount of balance and push. Muraoka getting wide and having to use the outside of the finish line. It was unconventional, but if it works, it works. 1:05.50. There's some good gaps between the 4 of them. Lena Forster's got a real old challenge on, but it looks like Muraoka will have the best time of the lot. There it is, 1:05.50. Stevens 1:07.29. Tori Pendergast with a 1:08.76, which was quicker. So just short of a second than Annalena Forster. It's the 4 that will battle out for some more World Cup points a little bit later on. But it's Muraoka that has the best of the lot. Only 0.43 up there, as we saw on Stevens at the first split. But as she came across the line, it was a little bit wide here. Had to really dig deep, and she realised that instead of trying to turn into her left, she just kept going to the line. So it could have been a fraction of a second quicker, but safety-wise, it was easy just to keep going straight, wasn't she? So victory for Muraoka as we move towards the Giant Slalom VI. Gorbatska. I'm expecting Thomas Savard not to start here. Bib number 15 was advised to me that he wouldn't start. Miroslav Hreos from Slovakia. 2 Slovakians have had a very good time at both the World Champs and the World Cup. Interesting to hear that Hreos saying he would have much preferred this sort of form and this sort of skiing at the World Championships. Kevin Burton, Hyacinth Delaplace, who is showing us that his transition from athletics into skiing is going well. And then Neil Simpson, young Scotsman with his brother Andrew, ready to take to the mountain and represent his nation once again. I'm sure they are watching back at home again, waiting to offer their support. Britain coach John, just to the left-hand side of your shot, was the man I was referring to with the dyed red hair, the strands of grey. We won't mention, John? Although that's the natural colour. Tori Pendergast, Laurie Stevens, and then Momoka Muraoka. That's the top 3 of the women sitting. There is a slight delay out on course, it would seem. So we'll try and bring you back to the action as soon as possible. Let me talk to you about Maria Zatovikova. She's the lady with her back to us at the moment. And you might notice that there's an extra voice in your commentary during this run. That's because Maria has a speaker attached to the back of her. Away she goes, the guide. That is Marek Kubacka. Again, for those just tuning in, maybe for the first time in a VI race, Marek Kubacka can see nothing through those goggles. Absolutely nothing. This is all about the trust that he has in the guide, which is Maria Zatovikova. She has a speaker on her back. She has a microphone that communicates to the headset of Marek as well. And he is following the sound and the instructions of his guide. He does it so well after nearly 20 years of trying that he is now a world champion skier as well. Absolutely mobbed at the finish line during the World Champs in Kranjska Gora. 30 years of age. Had been getting closer and closer to a medal. His best performance was a 4th place finish in Tarvisio in the slalom back in 2017. Fast forward 2 years to 2019. He is now a world champion with the help and the constant guidance of Maria Zatovikova. What a wonderful achievement that is for a B1 athlete, demonstrating that there are no boundaries within parasport, none whatsoever. Each of the athletes classified, given a factored time, and Kubacka's is 61.27, which means he's just done this course in 60.79. You can hear that Maria is out of breath. The speaker's still on to catch that. The pair of them will need a moment. But that's a good run to start with from Marek Kubacka. Now, as I said, number 15 was on your start list, but has been a DNS, which does not start. And it'll be a did not start in a moment, but this is Miroslav Haraeus, who here in this World Cup, he's unbeaten so far. Has Kubacka come up with something too good for his Slovakian compatriot to beat? Says leader. It'll take a while for somebody to knock him off the leaderboard at this World Cup. So, difference between Haraeus and Kubacka. Haraeus is a B2 classified athlete, so his level of vision is higher of that of a B1, but not as high as a B3. Now, B3 athlete is Neil Simpson in this one. But again, each of these athletes have a different issue being caused by their impairment. Haraeus is going quick though. 60.01 quicker than Marek Kubacka. A little slide from Haraeus, but that only goes to show you the speed that these two are putting in. So again, with an impairment, it's important for him to follow the instructions. He also see the luminous top that his guide is wearing in front of him, and into the final section. This is going to be good. Oh, it's not good enough. I told you Kubacka's time was quick. And Haraeus goes into second. Game on between the two Slovakians, isn't it? Now Kevin Burton's turn to try and find out where he will place after the first run. Kurt Grimmelman is the man wearing the G. Burton with the bit between his teeth this morning, looking for speed, following those instructions, and it's almost as if they're a mirror image of their guide. That's what they would need to be super quick. He's 1.15 out at this point. However, Haraeus was over a second up. So this bottom section really can be the leveler. Former long-distance skier. Burton chasing into this final few gates and looking at the times. It's going to be slow. 1:03.17. Some 2 seconds back on the leader. No, I said De La Place. 400-meter runner in para-athletics. He's making, excuse the pun, great strides in Alpine. Has looked very good in this World Cup debut. Maxime Jourdain is De La Place's guide. He's down the first split as well. Visually it looks quick. De La Place, another B2 classified athlete, same as Reus and Burton. Oh, he's absolutely wiped that gate out now. That will need a review at the end as to see whether it was his body that went through the gate or whether any of the skis went through it as well. He's 2.56 down. He'll have a story to tell at the end of this, that's for sure. There's a little smile, but we'll find out later on when that one gets reviewed, because he's absolutely wiped out that gate. Let's have a look just here. Some footage of De La Place. It's hard to tell. Well, the coach is helping out on the side of the court. He's hardcore. He's got no gloves on. Just getting airborne there. Nope, he's fine. Both the skis are the right side. But he's absolutely wiped out the gate, and he'll have known he's done that, because he'll be feeling that now. Won't have felt it as he continued his run, but he certainly will be as he finishes, being whacked by the gate post. Just got off balance, couldn't control the top half. He was good enough to keep the skis the right side, inside the gate. Straddle, you're gone. 30 seconds away from welcoming a brother pairing. There's a new sister pairing in the women's VI category at the moment. Veronica Aigner and her sister Elizabeth. The men's, it's the two gentlemen from north of the border in Great Britain, the Scottish pairing of Neil Simpson and Andrew Simpson. Andrew having to miss out on the World Championships due to his commitment to his academic year. As time goes on, can these two start to match the results maybe of Menna Fitzpatrick and Millie Knight? Get well soon, Millie Knight. Resting up at home, another one of those taking a bit of time out after the Pyeongchang Paralympic Games. Despite her young age, she's been racing a long old time. Deciding to take a bit of a rest. Simpson at the beginning of his international journey, at least on the big stage. The World Cups, the World Championships, you can do as much or as little as you like, but you only learn from being at the world's best events, and here the two Simpsons heading down towards the finish. 0.75 wasn't a great deal in it, you know. He has the highest visual acuity of the lot. He's going to be a little bit away out of the main time. He's dropped a fair bit at the bottom there in the end, hasn't he? Fifth place for Simpson, 1:04.32, but they certainly look quick in periods there. There's plenty to work with for the British coaches. And this brother pairing is here to stay, it would seem.
third one is the American, and the fourth one is Delplas, seulement.
So Kubacka takes it from Jareus with 1 run to come. That is mighty tight between the two Slovakians. Kevin Burton in third, De La Place not far behind Kevin Burton. Neil Simpson less than a second behind fourth as well. So good battle to come in the second run. And whilst Kubacka didn't have the smoothest of runs himself, he was led down excellently well, as always, by Maria Zatovikova. And Kubacka is your race leader, 60.79. So my understanding is that Jordan Brossan and Robin Couche at the top and the bottom of that list aren't going to run, but we'll confirm that as we get down. It'll be interesting if Robin Couche doesn't go, but maybe he's picked up a knock over the first 3 or 4 days of competition. Pijancic or Danks has looked good. Theo Gamur always looks good. Arthur Bauchet is in the list. Marcus Salka's there. Thomas Walsh. It's a good list, isn't it? And, a couple of youngsters towards the bottom end there. Jules Segers, Kohei Takahashi. This is Nico Pijancic then, so no Jordan Brossan. Hope he's okay. First to go in the men's standing is the Austrian Pijancic. One-year-old, 29.50 at the first intermediate. So Pijancic with the ski pole in the left hand only. Sliding away, he's got some speed going as Pijancic. He has to grind into the corners a little slow, but 61.33. He's running with a factor time of 100%, so he what he gets is what he has. It's over a minute. Nico Pijancic, are you ready? Says the man on the left side of Manuel Bordanks. One thing I've got to know about Manuel Bordanks already during this season, his inaugural season on the World Cup, is that he seems always ready. And a couple of runs in the Super G where there was a few sighs of relief that he got to the bottom from Manuel. Certainly had a hairy time at parts so far in this World Cup. He's inside 7/100ths of a second quicker than Pijancic. You see the prosthetic at the bottom right of Manuel Bordanks' right leg. Doesn't cover it up with the ski outfit, just leaves it all out there. Special attachment to the ski. Had a big smash recently where the prosthetic itself came away. 101.33. Oh, 3/100ths from Bordanks. And he's happy with that one. The bearded Bordanks leads the way. Here come some of the Hemi hitters then. Theo Gamur, he and Arthur Bauchet in separate interviews described the races between themselves as a war. Each time they come down, it's just a separate battle. Sure, we'll never know who's won the war until either of them retires. He's had the better of the Paralympic Games in recent times. Bauchet has had the better of the World Champs at recent times. Gamur is having his way with the course, 3.12 seconds quicker. 22-year-old with cerebral palsy, mainly affecting his right side. As you can see, his right arm hoisted up close to the body. He is motoring here. Rimmer into the final 2 turns. Aim to the line. 5.48 seconds quicker. 55.82. Good first run. Well, Danks is not there for long. Now, Christoph Bernhard Schneider. Tucking in nicely. Again, just the use of the ski pole in the left hand. Again, another athlete who has a 100% factor to his time. 6-year-old. Skiing since he was 2. An accident in 2013. Lost the use of his right hand. Partial amputation in that hand. Missed the Paralympic Games due to a right knee injury late 2017. Across the line he comes 4.93 behind. It shows you how quick Rimmer was. Coming up then, this is the other half of the battle. Punches himself in the helmet, get himself going. He is the current World Cup leader. His opening day double in the Super G was great. His victory yesterday in the Giant Slalom was interesting. Just how close can he get to Theo Rimmer? Doesn't have 100% in their factor, 90.41. Rimmer has cerebral palsy. Valché's impairment is different to that. They are both classified within the standing event. The youngster born in Saint-Tropez. Loves the high life he's living. 55.82. This is going to be mighty tight. Oh, 0.53 out. There is work to do for Valché when the course gets reset and they go again in run 2. There's still the smile, but the battle, as always, like the pendulum, swings both ways. Rimmer continues to lead. He might be going towards the leader box, but it's only for a brief visit. Thomas Walsh. Mid-20s. Racing at the Ski and Snowboard Club in Vail, Colorado. Born in the January of a mountain town. The snow is in my blood. Feels like skiing is just something he has to do, and as he comes to the line here, getting as tight as he can, 3.01, so he's well into third. He's a little bit of a lead on a few of those behind him. But he will have a lot of respect for those times that have been put down by Rimmer and Valché. He really will.
27 started. Thomas.
Marcus Salka. World Cup winner. Just trying to get as streamlined as he can. into the pitch of the hill. Desperately trying to get as much speed as they can to cover the flatter sections. Salka doing well, 0.3 down. Has been the man playing third to those two above him. Boucher and Rimmer, a fair amount in the recent weeks. Gold helmet of Salka marching his way neatly through the course. No mistakes to think about so far. He's going to be outside. Is he quicker than Walsh? He is. 1.75 down on Rimmer, which puts him in third position above Thomas Walsh, who's desperately seeking a podium place here in Veysonnaz. Thomas Field next. 2-year-old. Married to Evelyn. Debuted back in 2001. He's a big supporter of Swiss ice hockey club, Ambri Piotta. Spends his spare time watching and supporting them. Medals back in 2006 Paralympic Games, had a good World Championships in 2004. He's picked up a fair few medals at World Championship level, yet to find the top prize. It's going to be well outside here at this World Cup at the moment though. 55.82, it puts him in fifth. 59.29 is his time. 55.82 is proving very, very difficult indeed. Davide Bendotti from Italy coming next. Bendotti, another of the single leg skiers. Nakabasawa coming next as well. .7 back for Bendotti. His factored time 88.27. His impairment gives him a lower factored time. Some of those maybe without a hand get a 100% factor. Bendotti, more difficult skill to ski just one ski. Again, some of those with leg amputations take on the mono ski. Others prefer the freedom of being upright with the single ski. Bendotti 7.21 seconds back. Little shake of the head from the Italian. This is Hiraku Masawa. Japan's Masawa down in the early stages, 2.21 already the deficit. So at the moment the standings are Rimmer, Boucher, Salka, Walsh, Field. It's the top five as Masawa continues to fight with the course. 31-year-old from Matsumoto. Leg amputated above the knee following a road accident at just 6 years of age. Masawa gets across nice and neatly. No DNFs so far. This is Jules Segers. Just 16 is Jules. So hoping to take inspiration from Arthur Boucher. To the line he comes, 106.40. It is all about learning for young Jules. This is his World Cup debut. He keeps getting across that line. That's what he needs to do. Shohei Takahashi. Another athlete whose impairment is cerebral palsy, affecting the right side of his body. It's a functional impairment. Goes to the Morioka Agricultural High School back in Japan. To the line he comes here. 103.71. That puts him above Siggers. And it completes our men's standing competition first run.
Afin de remettre la piste en état pour la dernière catégorie, la catégorie des aises roulantes, des Giant Sitting, avec le premier à s'élancer qui sera Christophe Kuhn.
So Gemerten Balchier battling it out again. Marcus Salka in a familiar position of third. Thomas Walsh will hope to keep himself in the mix for a podium. But it's this man they're chasing, Theo Guimeur. Showing real speed and agility, and he was through that first split a long way ahead of the times that were set for him at that point. As the wheels keep on turning in the World Cup, it's Christoph Kunz who put in a great run yesterday. Heikki Mori, Jeroen Kampster, Victor over and over again at the World Champs, took them all at the World Championships. He's won the last two events here in Switzerland. He's on for a hat-trick of victories, having stopped Jesper Pedersen's World Cup run. Pedersen goes with bib number 39. This is Kunz from Switzerland, 36 years of age.
Come.
2014 gold medal winner. Did the same in 2010. Giant Slalom though is where we're concentrating, and that victory in Sochi demonstrating that he has got the ability, and yesterday put in what was a very good time to separate Kampster and Pedersen in the first run. Couldn't quite back it up with the second. Now he gets to lead them all out. The course will have just had a little bit of maintenance on it, so he will have the best of it. This was back to time 81.66. Please, as a result of a motorcycle accident back in the turn of the millennium, the year 2000. Through the line he comes then, 61.4 for Christoph Kunz. A shake of the head, he might not be too pleased with that one. He's obviously felt something out on the course that he will want to put right. Waiting in the wings was Jeroen Kampster, Heikki Mori up first.
1:01.40, time to beat.
38-year-old. Another like Kunz, who has golds at World Championships to his name. Never quite turned that into a Paralympic gold. 38, I think maybe he was starting to wind it down, not in the slightest. Starting to compete at powerlifting events as well. Not too many people that go to a summer and winter Paralympic Games. Heikki Mori is looking to join that list. He was down at the first split. He's closed it up in the second, but it's still not good enough. Maury goes into second.
Be careful now, we have zero transfer from the Netherlands, a very good racer. Time to beat 01.40.
Now, this is where we really can measure how good Christoph Kunz's start was. Jeroen Kampster, winner of yesterday's Giant Slalom, winner of the final Super G race here in Switzerland as well. 27.96 is the first split time set by Kunz. And he's behind it by a full second as well. Now Kunz shaking his head at the bottom. Heikki Mori lost time on the bottom. Kampster won't know he's behind. Dealing with the bumps well. I mentioned this yesterday. He's getting in the air, but he's managing to hold it, and right there is the mark of his skill. What a good runner towards the bottom that is. Well, whatever time he lost at the top, he certainly made up for it, didn't he? And he survived a little scare towards the end.
But be careful now, we have 37 started.
Vaterhofer up next.
The one who is going to fight against Kampster to know who is going to win that race.
Kampster suffered with the opening section, not picking the right line as much as he would have wanted to.
And afterwards it will be a little bit more difficult for the other one.
Vaterhofer drops down, heading towards that first split. Kunz 27.96, now settling for second place though, due to the good performance of Kampster in the bottom half. That's a big slide for Vaterhofer. He's done very well, but it might have cost him a bit more time. He was already 0.94 seconds down. And just using the outriggers, you see the back of them, just digging them in as they make the turn, trying to assist their angle. It's very difficult to flip those mono skis from right to left through the turns. Think about the speeds that they're going as well. 102.43 from Vaterhofer. Puts him down in fourth position. René Silvestro. Good runs for Silvestro at the World Championships. And the 22-year-old continued to show his improvement. He's 1.85 down though. Javelin thrower at European athletic level. Never quite managed to take that to the world stage, but his love of skiing means that he has another opportunity. He's already been to a World Championships and the Paralympic Games. See the arms rotating to keep some balance from Di Silvestro, just managing to sneak inside the gate. He goes fourth, Di Silvestro. A bit of a smile there. He had a little scare towards the end. Survived it nicely, it would seem. Jesper Pedersen. He opened his World Cup campaign with 4 straight victories, 2 in Zagreb, and the opening 2 Super Gs here in Switzerland. And the young Norwegian returned to winning ways. He lost the second day's Super G. He lost the first day's Giant Slalom. He's behind Christoph Kunz at the first split as well, but so too was Kampschreur. That's the time that he will have etched in his mind, 59.75. 2 runs, of course. Pedersen's factored time 85.55. Manchester United fan, I'm sure he's looking forward to a weekend of football. It's Saturday. He's outside, 61.33. Pedersen goes second, but just puts the exclamation point on how quick Kampstra was at the bottom of that first run, despite being a second down at the split. Certainly found the right line, didn't he, Jeroen Kampstra?
And 165 ahead of Kuhn.
Kirakana. The helmet of the second of the Japanese athletes to go in this sitting event. He's well down. 1.59 on the opening time. Slipping and sliding his way through. He's got himself all sorts of sideways there. That's a big, big loss of momentum for Akira Kano. We haven't had a DNF yet here in the men's sitting event, but Kano certainly getting very sideways and all but killing his momentum. Coming down into the final few gates then, and Kano will be well outside 105 it would seem. 105.83. I don't know just where he lost the majority of that. Andrew Kirker. Whistling through the opening sections. It's a little windier up here on the course than it has been in the opening days. Not causing too much trouble to competition at the moment. Just a second back. Pretty much the same as everyone else has been. Looking pretty good here. Mentioned this yesterday with the sort of upper quality level of the sit skiers. Kirker included in that. Just see how low they get, like a bike rider's knee. They're getting their elbow down. 59.75. Oh, it's good from Andrew Kirker, who can be world class on his day, and he has got himself into second. It's quicker than Pedersen. Andrew Kirker will have enjoyed that. Here's the Langen.
Second one is American Kirker, and the third one is Pedersen from Norway. And
I'd like to touch upon some of the World Championship quality that he showed.
Attention, nous avons Niels de Langen from the Netherlands.
20-year-old from Arnhem. Yet to win a gold medal at major events, but he's certainly been on the podium a few times. It's well down in the early stages. He would need to find something big in this bottom half like Kampstra as well. There's the value of a mistake though. High cost. Saw it with Kano getting sideways. Kampstra continues to lead. De Langen will be 8th with that run, 2.81 difference. It's applause from his teammate. I'm sure they'll have a quick chat as well when he gets out from the bottom.
Ja, langzaam.
Okay, now we have.
Dat alle tijd.
This is Nico Hefler. Hefler from Switzerland. Years old. as a kid, and only natural. Take it up after an accident working. He was a builder, joiner. Building collapsed and left him with his impairment, but under the guidance of Gregory Chambaz, the national team coach, Leffler is here competing. 5.95 down.
From New Zealand, very far away, already 36 years old.
Corey Peters from New Zealand.
The track in 23 seconds.
Lone Kiwi on the tour. Oh, and Peters frustrated, and that's Peters out of the competition, it would appear. Yeah. So a DNF. It's the first, if I recall. It is indeed. So Corey Peters means we are one less this afternoon.
Practically the fourth went out of the race.
Bad news. Murat Pelli. 2 seconds down on his compatriot Kunz through the first split. Pelli gets across 104.03. Take yesterday. Dared to dream. He was the third to go after in the second run yesterday. He jokingly said to Stephen Jameson, "Oh, you know, if everyone else crashes out, I'll win." The next three all crashed in succession, and he and Stephen Jameson exchanged a few words. Fortunately for Sam Tate, the rest of the field came through unscathed. 4.23 seconds back means he's ninth. He goes above Pelli, Weifler and Cano. This is the start of Floris Meyer, the oldest of the three Dutch athletes.
Now we have another Dutch guy from the Netherlands, Floris Meyer.
Meyer, 2 seconds down at the back, at the beginning of the course, sorry. Now into the back side of it. Chasing down on his compatriot, Kampschler. Going to be in that time bracket, Meyer. Struggling to find the speed of the two Dutchmen before him. 6.47 seconds back.
It's free. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 49 and last competitors started. Eight Palargas from Spain.
So Slivnik starting now then. We're expecting Espariagas. But Espariagas doesn't go. So this is young Slovenian Junej Slivnik. Spliagas competing yesterday, but clearly not on the start today. So Slivnik will finish our morning session. Outside of Kampster's time, but Slivnik gets to the line, 1:10.89 for Junej. Big slide to the finish. Well, he's enjoyed it. He'll make his way from the course. Well, that does indeed conclude the men's sitting event. That means it's all over in terms of our first run as well. Kampster has taken in a rejuvenant Andrew Kirker. Jesper Pedersen in third. Christoph Kunz set the fastest of the opening times, and he really did push the rest. He was in fourth position, so just a 1 DNF, 1 DNS. So we'll be 14 instead of 16 a little bit later on.
Thank you so much.
Well, there is the man that leads as he has a chat with the Slovenian. Top and bottom of the standings, talking it through together. The other two Dutch athletes thinking about what it could be. But there was no stopping this man, Jeroen Kampster. He was a second down at the split from Christoph Kunz. He doesn't mind flying through the air. He doesn't mind holding on tight for the finish. And when you do it as well as Jeroen Kampster, look at the speed in which he finishes. 101 was what was there in front of him. 59.75 was how he crossed the line. And that's how it finished. We're all done for run number 1 here in Veysonnaz. Racing starts at 1 o'clock local time. We'll be on air at 1:53. Have a good afternoon.